What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing good. I want to give you guys some insight on how to be able to create a nice, healthy physique, a pleasing physique, an aesthetic physique that you're proud of, and how to be able to maintain that forever. Because I see a lot of people who are very enthusiastic about their weight loss, about their transformation, about gaining some lean muscle tissue and sculpting their body, toning their body, all these different sayings out there. And they go about it in the wrong way, a little bit impatient and also a little bit erratic. So when it comes to creating a good, healthy physique, and this goes for the people that are doing some sort of a resistance training, for those people who are just dieting and trying to eat less and move more to burn body fat, there's going to be a certain limit that you can get to when it comes to that, and a certain limit of calories you will be able to intake at some point forever to maintain that. So I highly recommend for you people that you do try to incorporate a resistance training program. Doesn't mean you have to lift like a power lifter, a CrossFitter, or a bodybuilder, or even go to a gym, but you should be resistance training for health purposes too. 60 and over, it's so important how much muscle mass you have on you and your bone density for quality of life and your immune system. But for the years before that, when you want to look good and feel good about yourself, be confident, take those nice selfies and pictures, this is the best strategy. So you changed your life, you changed your routine, and you want to get fit, and you start exercising, you start walking, start running, start swimming, start playing tennis, start doing activities with your kids, you start doing resistance training, you start cleaning up your diet. Immediately in the beginning, you're going to get some results. Your body's going to release some water weight because your carbs are probably going to get a bit lower. They're going to get cleaner, so you're going to have less water retention, and you're going to lose some body fat because your body's going to start moving and the metabolism is going to go up, and you're going to get some results. Now, after some time, it becomes just a little bit harder and harder to reduce body fat unless you tremendously cut down food or increase output through cardio or weights. And this is the point where you got to be patient and you got to play the long game, okay? You have to understand that you're trying to create a higher thermogenic effect in your body in the long run so that you can constantly eat normal meals and indulge into the fun stuff once or twice a week and not be hungry and look awesome. So that means that you want to increase your metabolism with the goal that you have at hand. And by cutting down food and increasing cardio output and weights, your body's trying to adjust and reduce its metabolism at some point to that. So you will hit plateaus where you have to go on maintenance or increase food a bit and then go back down into a deficit. Fat loss and muscle gain is not linear. It's not linear. If it was, I would be a billionaire. I would be able to create a program that fits everybody and everybody would get results, but it's not linear. The body is a very complicated entity with hormones, with stress, with environment, and people's lives also have so many different changing factors with their work, with their schedule, with their sleep, with travel, with social events, with holidays. So it's a long process, okay? But as long as you understand that you're doing the best that you can do with your food and with your free time and make the correct adjustments when the time is needed to keep creating a higher metabolism in the long run, months and months later, and a year, 2, 3 years later, you will find yourself where you were hoping to be, and that you can maintain for the rest of your life. Because most of you want to get leaner and lose body fat, right? You don't want to get too much bigger, but you want to be sculpted. So it's a bit of a paradox, but the gist of it is that you guys want to just look more sculpted. So what that means is if you were a car, okay, that means that you're not trying to become a bigger car. If you're like a little coupe and you're a little sports car, you're not trying to become an SUV and gain so much weight. You just want to have more muscle, more power, more energy, and be more sculpted. So think about it like a car. Think about it the way there's models of cars, okay? The same body, the same weight of a car has a different motor inside of it. And that same model will have a 4-cylinder with 150 horsepower that puts down the road. And that same model will also have a 600 horsepower motor that flies like a rocket. So that's how you want to think about your body, and be patient. Don't see that after 1 or 2 weeks you didn't lose another pound, even though you did everything correctly, and say, you know what, I'm going to increase my cardio from 40 minutes to 90 minutes a day, or I'm going to cut out, half of my food from my 3 meals a day that I'm only eating now, and go from 1,400 calories to 900 calories, because you will crash. There's only a certain amount of time that your body can sustain that or even utilize that for results. So think about your body just like the car. If you had a C200 Mercedes, okay, same body, same coupe, has a little 4-cylinder putt-putt engine inside of it, or a C63, same body, but has a twin turbo V8 motor inside of it that burns a lot of gas, meaning your calories. That car needs a lot of gas to do what it needs to do. And that's what you want your body to be like. You want it to be a furnace to burn more calories. So don't push yourselves. Don't get too anxious or too obsessive about the results when those times come, when you hit some plateaus. You have to just stick through it. And then if nothing changes, sometimes you yourself or your coach or the program you're following will decrease and increase certain variables with food, with rest days, with sleep, with cardio, and get your body back moving. But in the overall long term, a good practitioner or a good participant, their number one goal is to be able to gain as much healthy, lean muscle tissue as they can, so that in the long run, they get to eat a lot of really good, tasty, healthy foods and have an awesome life that flourishes. And they got good energy, good hormones, good sleep, good moods, good libido, good memory, good cognitive ability, and they have a great body to match it. So don't burn yourselves out too quick. Think the long-term game. If you're trying to invest into getting off some stubborn body fat or change your physique because you're trying to reach a certain level that you never were most of your life, it means that it's important to you. So you have to understand that it's not a 30-day or even 90-day or even 180-day game plan here. This is a long, like your first 2 to 3 years of this journey is experimenting up and down and trying to build that routine and really get some lean muscle tissue on your skeleton to be able to give you that nice physique for the rest of your life. And that doesn't mean, like I said, that you got to be doing weights 4 or 5 times a week like some crazy athlete. Could just be home workouts, but you're concentrating on increasing your strength and your muscle aptitude. You're feeding it the right amount of protein, you're resting it, you're doing your exercises correctly, you're trying to stress the body out slowly a little bit more with time under tension, with supersets, with heavier weights, with different exercises. And in the long term, you will create what you were envisioning in the beginning and didn't have a lot of understanding of. You're going to have that sculpted physique that needs a lot of calories, and you stay with an active lifestyle and you will be able to sustain that on going forward. So I hope this can help you guys out and help ease some of you guys in the beginning of your journey when you get frustrated. For the most part, I see people never get past this phase. They spend years on and off, starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. And it's usually around this point where they get a little bit stagnant with their weight loss and they start pushing it even more if they're doing everything correctly, and they cut more food out and they increase more cardio, more weights. And I see people doing cardio twice a day in circuit classes and lifting on their own and hiring a PT, and they get so burnt out because the central nervous system, their immune system, their joints, their digestive system just says, fuck you, I'm done. You can't do this to me. So think about it long term, okay? Anything worthy, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a home and infrastructure, these things take time. These things take time. You know, people travel and spend lots of money to see these old cathedrals and castles and mosques and pyramids and bridges and monuments that are hundreds and thousands of years old because it's quality and it took time to build them. No one's taking time out of their day to go see crappy buildings or homes that are put up in 3-4 months with shit material and shit labor. Okay, so just think of your body just like those things that are worthy, that people want to spend time and money to be able to go see. So you have to spend your time and your effort and be patient, and you will get that worth out of it. You will have your pleasing aesthetic physique. So I hope this can bring you guys some value and some insight along your journey of achieving the physique that you want and not make the mistakes that many people do. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. My info is in the bio. You can email me or direct message me. Stay true to yourself, stay good to yourself, let nothing and nobody get in the way of the life that you want to live, and make sure to like, comment, share, support the channel. Take care.